This video is sponsored by OneFootball, the app that keeps you up to date with all the transfer news, stats, and all the great stuff about football. Download it in the link in the description down below, and it'll help us out greatly. Thank you very much. It's outside London Stadium, West Ham Fan TV. Alf, nice to meet you, mate. Not really much to say after that, really, is it? A bit of a kick in the teeth at the end, but I think a fair result. Everyone else don't.
I thought it was on the balance of play. I think the first half is kind of haphazard. We sort of grew into it. Antonio, on our side, he was first sort of 10-15 minutes, he was all over the place, and then he got better and better. Yeah, I can see why he got man of the match in the end, and then the header as well. Great header.
Starting to look like the Antonio of old, isn't he?
Did. And he has done in the last few weeks, in all fairness. And I've got to say that, I mean, because I've been one of his biggest critics, over the last sort of couple of seasons. But he's done all right. No, Anderson was nowhere first half, spells in the second half, did a couple of things. But look, my Grandad could advance a little bit quicker than our team, and he's been dead for 30 years, you know what I mean? We are just too slow going forward.
That was the difference today with the goals, wasn't it? We scored aerial goals and they scored goals.
Yeah. Look, we know they're a counter-attacking side, we know that. And, the first half, we were turned inside out 3 times by them, especially Masuaku on that side. And I was just saying to the lads next to me, I said, look, this in the second half when they scored, I said, yeah, but this has been coming. This has been coming, 3 times in the first half. They had feeble shots on goal, but they were clear opportunities. Yeah. And we let them come in. It's not a defensive thing. It's more like a midfield, and we're just not pressurising the ball enough.
We lack the pace and the attacking intelligence to get forward.
No, I've been saying.
Or desire. I'm going to say desire.
Look, I've been saying this all season. Final third, we're shocking, really, and it's just kind of hit and miss whether we actually get the ball in the. I will say one thing about today more than anything, that we have been putting a lot more crosses in than in previous matches. I think the first half, Arnautovic put a great ball in from the right-hand side and just went and crossed the 6-yard box, but there was nobody there. And there's quite a few crosses that went in there. There's just nobody there. But it's just poor, really. When you think, okay, we got a goal in front, and then they equalise, and then we go ahead, and it's just like, well, come on, just hold on. And then what they were doing, instead of actually trying to pressurise the ball and keeping possession going forward, what they were doing out of defence, Anderson was knocking it forward, hoping that Perez would latch onto it, but then nobody was supporting him. So he was out there by himself, and this happened about 3 or 4 times.
I think that happens all round. I think that happens a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And they just came onto us, and I could for their first goal, you could see it coming. Second goal, I wasn't surprised. Really disappointed. Look, it's a point. I'm not going to say I'm totally destroyed by the result, because it's a point at the end of the day. But we should have won, really, I think. But we were lucky that they didn't get their chances as well. So on the balance of it, I agree with you. I think you're right. I will say one thing with you there, because I follow you guys as well. This morning you put out a video with the team. The team.
I got it right.
How do you know? How do you know?
I didn't know.
No, I will say what I will say about Masuaku. Right? I think you mentioned, he said, look, he's got to start first. This game. What I will say about that, in defence of Masuaku, he had a great game last week, and I will say that. But just one good game necessarily mean that he plays the next game. I don't know. Has Creswell still got a knee injury? Because
I think he might have a little niggle still. Right. So yeah.
Because I hear a lot of this, on social media and stuff. Player has a good game, we'll say, yeah, he's got to start next game.
The only thing I would say about that is sometimes it seems like that's the philosophy of our team, is that. If you drop out of the team, you've got to earn your way back in. And if someone's having a go, you've seen it with Diop, you've seen it before with Arnautovic, you've seen it with Hernandez even, at times, you know what I mean, when he drops out the side.
What do you think of Arnautovic today? Because I tell you what, I thought he looked a frustrated figure up there, and he wasn't, because he was kind of pointing, he was saying like here to feet and everything.
I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. I don't know. I'm not in the changing room. I don't know whether it's the players not supporting him because it's him. I don't know whether he's just.
The was pretty poor.
It's poor. It has been for a while, hasn't it? So.
Look, I'll tell you what, in a few weeks' time, when the season's done and dusted, let's see which players stay and which people go. Because I'll tell you what, there's a big rebuild. I always said about this season, Pellegrini, this is year 1 of a 3-year programme. Transition year. We can all come on here and, moan or whatever, or write our bits or whatever, but at the same time, it's year 1. Let's see what next season what happens, really.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Nice to meet you, mate.
Nice to meet you.